students. So let us begin with the today's session. So today I'm going to show you the use of if and elif statement when, as we have already done the if else program where we are writing the programs based on the condition, where we have to check the condition either it appears to be true or false. So we have done many programs related to it. Now I'm going to show you that how we should write the program when more than one condition occurs of the program, wherein I am just going to define a simple calculator. I will show you that how you can design a simple calculator wherein we will take the two numbers from the user and we will ask for the basic arithmetic operator, that what type kind of calculation they want to do, and then I'm going to apply on it. So let us start with the program. You can see that I have written in the comment section simple calculator. Now I'm going to take two numbers from the user. Let's say I have defined the variable a wherein I'm getting the number. I am defining here taking the data type as float. Why? Because it might be possible that the user has input the number and they have chosen the arithmetic operator, which is a division or float division operator, and we get the output in decimal fractional form. So that is the reason I have taken the float data type. You can take an integer as well. So I'm writing here this statement for the user: enter any number. Okay, so I'll take one more variable here. So one more variable I have taken here, b, and then I have written the same line, enter any number. Now what I am going to do, I am going to take another variable in which I am going to store the arithmetic operator symbol which is entered by the user. So let me define here like op. So it defines that I am going to show you the going to store the operator. op is equal to, I am using here raw input function. If you are using the Python 3.0, you can write the input function only. Why I am using the raw input? Because the arithmetic operator symbol which is entered by the user, that I am going to check as a character. Okay, that if it matches to the particular character like plus symbol or minus symbol, then we have to perform the arithmetic operation, sum or subtraction. So let's see here, enter the operator. I am going to give the basic signs to the you can say basic symbol I am going to define already, so that the user can select himself. So suppose I am writing here plus, minus, multiplication, and then division. You can give as many symbols you want, but I am going to write only 4 conditions here. Okay, and then I am closing this bracket here. So once this will be stored in the operator, so as we will run the program, the interpreter will ask the program, ask the user to enter any number. It will be stored in A, and then when the second number will be inputted by the user, it will be stored in B. Now then the operator sign will be asked. So suppose the user has entered plus, so we have to write the conditions for all the symbols. So I am writing here using here if keyword, if statement, if op must equal to equality operator we have already learned, and then I am going to give here the symbol as plus. So now you see that I am going to match this symbol as a character. That is the reason I have taken the raw input function here. So when the symbol matches as plus symbol, so what I am going to do, I am going to take another variable in which I am going to store the result. So result is equal to a plus b. Okay, so we will write it again. So what I am going to do, I'll copy it, and here I am going to use the elif statement. So this is called as elif statement, which helps you to write more than one condition inside a single program. So I am using here elif op must equal to, if op sign is must equal to minus sign, if the operator is must equal to minus sign, then the result will be a minus b. Okay, so I'm going to write it again. Let's copy it. Elif operator must equal to, I'm going to change the sign here, multiplication. So you can use here the multiplication sign, and then once more I will write here that division operator, I will do it divide. So what now, as I have written many conditions over here, we already, as we know that if is having the else part also, so we have to write the else part as well for this if. The different conditions I have already written. As many operators you will give the options to the user, you can write the conditions here. Now in the else part, what I am going to do, I'll write here else. It means if the as I have given these conditions only in my program, and if the user enters beyond these operators, the sign beyond these operators sign, so a particular statement should be printed to the user that print invalid operator selected. So any particular message you can give so that the user can understand that you have selected the invalid operator. You need to select among these operators. Okay, so once it is done, I will go out of the if statement and I am going to print this result. So result is stored in, the answer is stored in result. So I have written here answer is equal to comma and then this result variable where the answer is going to be stored. So let's see how the program gets executed. We'll execute it once now and then I'll explain you that how it has given us the result. Okay, let's save the program here by the name calculator. Okay, so you can see that the interpreter is asking me to enter any number. So the control goes to the first line wherein I have to enter the number which is going to be stored in A. So suppose I have entered here 5. Now I am pressing the enter. It is again asking me to enter a second number. I am entering here 6. I am pressing enter. So it is asking me to enter the operator. Choose the operator from among these. So suppose I have chosen the operator multiplication and then I have done the enter sign. So you can see the answer comes 30.0. So how this program works, after getting the input from the user, the operator sign gets stored here in OP. Now the control goes to the if line. Now suppose that user has entered here multiplication as we have done. So this the control will match this multiplication symbol with this operators. So suppose this condition will get false. When the control goes to the first line operator must equal to plus symbol, it will get false because this character is not matching with this character. So it will jump to the elif part. Again it will be checked. The control will check it and then when the control goes here, it will again check the condition. It goes false because this minus sign is not matching this character. Now it will go here and this character will be matched with this character. So this operation is going to be performed here and then it as the work is done here, so the elif, the rest part is not going to be executed and then it will come out of the if statement and this result will be executed. Same way if you enter any other kind of operator, it will do so. I will execute the line, execute the program once more time. You can see here that how it works. Let's choose some another operator. Okay, so I'm entering here suppose 9 and then again you can see here that I'm entering the number 7. So let's choose the some other operator. I'm choosing here plus, doing enter. You can see that it has given me the answer as 16 because the condition goes true at the first statement only, at the first moment of time. When I entered the plus sign, this will be matched with this character, this plus symbol, and this condition will be fulfilled and this result will be, the operation will be performed, which is the plus operation. Okay, so the number will be added and then it will jump to the print answer result part and it will give you the answer. So this is how you can design a simple calculator in Python. That's all for today, students. So note down the program code I have attached here and practice it at home. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you so much.